WQAD News 8, this is WQAD This Week.
Good morning. It's Sunday, August 13th. Thank you for joining us for News 8 This Week. I'm Jon Diaz. Tomorrow afternoon, IowaWORKS will host its 7th annual Quad City Success Fair. It's open to anyone, but special attention is given to veterans. Now, this was the event last year. It's an opportunity for job seekers to have on-site interviews and network with local employers. This week, we talk with Shane Sawyer with IowaWORKS. He's a veteran himself, and he tells us about tomorrow's event and some new opportunities he's bringing to our hometowns. Joining us now, Shane Sawyer from IowaWORKS. Shane, thanks so much for taking the time and always being willing to chat with us.
Oh, thank you for having me once again.
Let's talk a little bit about something happening tomorrow, the 7th annual Quad City Success Fair. Tell me what that is.
So the Quad City Success Fair is a bit of a partnership agreement between IowaWORKS, Illinois Department of Employment Services, just over the river there, St. Ambrose University, and the Rock Island Arsenal. We get together, and for 7 years running now, we host what is IowaWORKS' largest job fair that we do here in the Quad Cities. We're looking to host approximately 70 plus employers, ranging from Amentum, Jon Diaz, H&I, Kent Corporation, just Amazon, just to name a few. And the intent of this job fair is, well, it's for the entire community, but we also like to give a special emphasis on transitioning service members, veterans and their families, and provide them with employment and resource opportunities.
Can you talk about some success stories that you have seen come out of this, particularly with veterans?
There's a couple ways to measure the success, but let's start with the obvious, is the job placements. I had a transitioning service member and her husband move here from California last year. She actually, by the time they got into town, they had a few hours to drop their gear in the hotel and come to our success fair. They met a couple of officials from our local government and were in conversation with Genesis, to where she was able to get hired pretty much. I don't know if they hired her on the spot or set up the interview, but the end result was she ended up with the job she was looking for, supporting the degree that she held. And other success stories that we've had in the past just come from the networking opportunity that comes from it. I've often said that job ready isn't the absence of a job, much like mission ready isn't the absence of a mission to the veteran. All things have to come into balance to make that person job ready. And we were able to connect some of our veteran job seekers with resource providers to help gain them access to employment resources like myself, VA resources for their benefits, as well as higher education resources, so that they could, work on that degree and become a little bit more competitive in the workforce.
And you come at this with obviously firsthand knowledge, having served in the military, now working in a civilian role. Can you emphasize for us those particular, perhaps, challenges that veterans face, but also, and probably more importantly, the tools that they bring to the table that are in many ways unique because of their service?
They don't seem like we would have challenges at first, but when you really think about it, for the entirety of my adult life, I spent 20 years in the Air Force. I've never looked for a job. I've never written a resume. I've never interviewed, never done a labor market research. I wasn't really set up for success leaving the military for that transition to find civilian employment. Now, what are the things that we have going for us as veterans? Some of those things are, most our veterans have their degrees. They're very well educated. They have a technical competency that's unrivaled. We are a very diverse organization, and so we bring a lot of perspectives to the workforce. Again, all are welcome to attend this event, and I would say to anyone looking to attend this event, as well as the veteran community, come prepared to talk about yourself. And that's something we don't always like to do in the veteran community. We always like to talk about team, and that's good. But when you're looking in the civilian job market, be prepared to talk about yourself. Know what you bring to the table. Talk about your accomplishments and talk about why you're excited to meet this employer. Um, all the other how-tos we can take care of at IowaWORKS on East Kimberly Road here in Davenport. We can take care of your resume for you. I always say never pay for a resume. come into us and let us help you teach you how to write a solid resume that will get you that introduction to the employer. And if you're still a little bit nervous when you show up day of, come find one of us at Iowa Works, Illinois Department of Employment Services, or anyone else on staff, and we will personally escort you around the Rogalski Center at St. Ambrose University.
And obviously, we're talking about an event happening on Monday, August 14th, but I want to talk about an event that is in the past, but it will be recurring. Something you started, a Veterans Network. You've taken that now to Muscatine.
This is one of my favorite events that we do month long. It all started with the Quad City Veterans Network, which we've seen in the past. Quad City Veterans Network, simply put, is the largest professional network in the Quad Cities today, and it's a veteran-centric professional network. I've often said when you leave the military, you feel like you've lost your tribe, you feel like you've lost your sense of purpose, and in doing so, you felt like you lost your identity. And so selfishly, I just want to find my people again, and I want to find my place in this community. Professional networking that's geared towards veterans, transitioning service members, and their families, all geared towards connecting them with resources to help them thrive in their community, and most importantly, employment opportunities. Again, we have, I think, approximately, and please don't quote me, but I heard the last numbers I heard was approximately 16,000 veterans in the QCA. That's a lot of talent that we'd like to retain. And we'd also like to attract veteran talent to the Quad City area. The Muscatine Veterans Network is a bit more of the same, with approximately 4,000 veterans and their families in the Muscatine area.
And those events, again, are recurring monthly, right?
It will be every fourth Thursday of the month. Currently will be held at the Mississippi Brewing Company, downtown Muscatine. That's, I think, 107 Iowa Avenue, Muscatine, Iowa.
All right, all good information and good work that you're doing, Shane. Thanks so much for taking the time to chat with us this week.
Thank you so much.
And here's what you need to know about the event. It's tomorrow from 1 to 4 at the Rogalski Center at St. Ambrose University. The event is free to attend.